Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a classic brain teaser, one that seems pretty simple at first, but has this brilliantly counterintuitive solution. Let's see if you can crack it. Okay, let's see if you can figure it out before we get to the solution. Pay close attention to all the details, because the secret is kind of hidden in plain sight. Let's dive into the setup. So here's the setup. We have 4 people. Let's call them A, B, C, and D. And they've got to get across this rickety old bridge in the middle of a very dark night. Now, each person moves at a totally different speed. As you can see, person A is our slowest, taking a full 10 minutes. B takes 5 minutes, C takes 2, and D is our speedster at just 1 minute. You're going to want to remember these numbers. Okay, and now for the 3 crucial rules that make this a real brain bender. First, that rickety bridge, it can only hold 2 people at a time, max. Second, it's pitch black, so they only have 1 single torch, and it has to be used for every single crossing, back and forth. And here's the kicker. When 2 people cross together, they have to walk at the speed of the slower person. So the big question is, what is the absolute minimum time it's going to take to get all 4 of them safely to the other side? Honestly, this is a great point to just pause and think about your own strategy before we continue. Go on, give it a shot. You know, most people have the exact same first thought, but that first instinct, it leads straight into a very common trap. Our brain sees what it thinks is an obvious shortcut, but it's not. It just makes sense, right? Use your most efficient tool, in this case, the fastest person, D, to minimize the time it takes to bring the torch back. You use them as a sort of torch fairy. It feels like the most logical way to do it. Let's see how that plays out. So, if we follow that logic, we'd send the 2 fastest, C and D, across first. That takes 2 minutes. Then D, the fastest, runs back alone with the torch. That's another minute. Now D grabs B, the 5-minute person, and they cross together. That trip takes 5 minutes. D runs back again, another minute. And finally, D goes with the slowest person, A, which takes a full 10 minutes. So you add all that up, 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 10, and the total time comes to 19 minutes. But the real question is that the fastest possible time? And the answer is no. We can do better. That 19-minute solution feels right, but it's actually the trap. There's a cleverer, more counterintuitive solution that shaves off some precious time. So what are we missing here? Okay, so the crucial point, the real aha moment, is realizing what the actual bottleneck of the problem is. It's not what you think. And this quote just brilliantly illustrates the secret. Instead of separating your slowest people, you need to pair them up. Get their combined slow crossing time over with in 1 single trip. That's the whole game. All right, so with that key insight, let's move on to the optimal solution and see how this actually builds a faster path. Okay, here's how it really works. First, the 2 fastest, C and D, go across. That takes 2 minutes. Then D, the fastest, returns with the torch. We're at 3 minutes total. But now, and this is the key move, the 2 slowest people, A and B, cross together. That trip takes 10 minutes, bringing our total to 13 minutes. After that, C, who is waiting on the other side, returns with the torch, which takes 2 minutes. We're at 15. Finally, C and D cross together one last time. And there we have it. The minimum possible time is 17 minutes. We saved 2 whole minutes just by thinking about the problem a little differently. So why is this puzzle so effective at tricking us? Well, it plays on a really common mental shortcut our brains love to take. You see, our brain wants to optimize each individual move. It wants to use the fastest person, D, for all the return trips because that feels efficient. But the real solution is about optimizing the system as a whole. It's about minimizing the impact of the slowest people, A and B, by getting their long journey done in one go. This puzzle is just a great reminder that sometimes the most creative solution is the one that challenges our very first instinct. You have to find the real bottleneck. Thanks for joining this explainer.